Gaudiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Payeche Keva Charya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Payeche Keva Namashrestam Numapi Sachiputra Matra Swarupam Rupam Tasya Grajam Urupurim Maturim Gostavatim Radha Kundam Girivaramaho Radhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natosmi Hey Guru Gyanada Dina Bandho Swananda Data Karunaika Sindho Vrindavana Sinahita Vatara Prasida Radha Pranaya Pachara He Dina Bandho Karunaika Sindho Guru Prasada Mai Manda Mudhe Laksha Paradhe Bahupapa Gadhe Tatpada Padme Stumatishta Krishne Yadyapi Amara Guru Chaitanya Das Tatapi Ganiye Amitanhara Prakash Guru Krishna Rupahana Shastrera Pramane Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karana Bhaktigane Shiksha Guru Ke Tajani Krishnera Swarup Antaryani Bhakta Shrestha Edu Rupa Naivo Payantyap Yatitim Kavayastavesha Brahma Yushapi Kritam Vrida Mudha Smaranta Yontar Bahistanum Britam Ashubam Vidvunvan Acharya Chaitya Vapusha Swagatim Vyanakti. Without serving the representative of Krishna, nobody can approach Krishna. I bow down to the beautiful lotus feet of my spiritual master, by whose causeless mercy I have obtained the supreme holy name, the divine mantra, the service of the son of Shachimata, the association of Srila Swarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami, and his older brother Sanatan Goswami, the supreme abode of Mathura, the blissful abode of Vrindavan, the divine Radha Kund and Govardhan Hill, and the desire within my heart for the loving service of Sri Radhika and Madhava in Vrindavan. O spiritual master, O giver of divine wisdom, O friend of the fallen, you are the giver of your own bliss, and you are the only ocean of mercy. Although dwelling in Vrindavan, you have descended for the welfare of fallen souls like myself, and you are preaching the divine love of Radha for Krishna. Please be kind upon me. O friend of the lowly, O Gurudev, you are the only ocean of mercy. I am a dull fool and have committed hundreds of thousands of offenses. I have fallen into a dense myriad of sins. Therefore, grace me with your mercy, so that my mind may be fixed on your lotus feet and on Sri Krishna. Although I know that my spiritual master is a servitor of Sri Chaitanya, I know him also as a plenary manifestation of the Lord. According to the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is non-different from Krishna. Lord Krishna, in the form of the spiritual master, delivers his devotees. The relationship of a disciple with his spiritual master is as good as his relationship with the Supreme Lord. Spiritual masters always represent themselves as the humblest servitors of the personality of Godhead, but the disciple must look upon the spiritual master as the manifested representation of Godhead. One should know the instructing spiritual master to be the personality of Krishna. Lord Krishna manifests himself as the Supersoul and as the greatest devotee of the Lord. The initiating spiritual master is a personal manifestation of Srila Madan Mohan Vigraha, whereas the instructing spiritual master is a personal representative of Srila Govinda Dev Vigraha. O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma, for you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the Supersoul, to deliver the embodied living being by directing him how to come to you. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. O my Lord, poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma. For you appear in two features. Externally, you're going backwards. Our only wish is to have our consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens our darkened eyes and fills our hearts with transcendental knowledge. He is our Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter at your lotus feet. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Vanno mui savadhana mate Vanno mui savadhana mate Jahara prasade vai e baba toiya jai Krishna prapti hoy jaha hote Krishna prapti hoy jaha hote Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Harna Kori Ho Mane Aja Harna Kori O Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Je prasade pure sarva asha. Je prasade pure sarva asha. Chakudan dilo je jane jane Prabhu se. Chakudan dilo je jane jane Prabhu se. Divya gyan vire prakashita. Divya gyan vire prakashita. Prema bhakti jaha hote avidya vinasya jate. Prema bhakti jaha hote avidya vinasya jate. Vede gaya racharita. Vede gaya racharita. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Madhu. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Madhu. Lokanath Lokera Divana. Lokanath Lokera Divana. Ha ha Prabhu Karo Doya De Umore Para Jaya. Ha ha Prabhu Karo Doya De Umore Para Jaya. Evija Tribhuvana. Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shivasadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanandi Haribo. Srimad Bhagavatam class.
I lost my voice.
Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavalava Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavalava Girivaradari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranyana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranyana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Raja Janarangana Yashodanandana Raja Janarangana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Shinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridyantasto Bhadrani Vidunoti Suhatsatam Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangriye. Hare Krishna. Mataji, can we go to 4th canto, chapter number 15, verse number 1? So today we have Bhakti Vaibhav exam. So I thought to pick up something from the exam, dovetailing my exam towards today's class. So 4th, 15, 1. It is appearance of Ritu Maharaj. Yes. Yes, this is correct. Okay. You can repeat after me. Maitreya uvacha atha tasya punarviprayer aputrasya mahipate Bhavopyam Maithya Manabhyam Mithunam Sampadatyate Sapate Maitreya Uvacha Atha Tasya Punarviprayer Aputrasya Mahipate Bhavopyam Maithya Manabhyam Mithunam Samapatyate Samapatyata. Someone can read, or someone can recite and verse.
Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya Uvacha
Ata Tasya Punarviprayer Aputrasya Mahipate Bahubhyam Matyamanabhyam Mithunam Samapatyata.
मैत्रेय उवाच
मैत्रेय उवाच
अथ तस्य पुनर्विप्रेर अपुत्रस्य महीपते बाहुभ्यां मध्यमानाभ्यां मिथुनं समपद्यत.
Yeah, synonyms. Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya continued to speak. Atha, thus, tasya, his, punah, again, vipre, by the Brahmanas, aputrasya, without a son, mahipate, of the king, bahubhyam, from the arms, madhyamanabhyam, being churned, mithunam, a couple, samapadyata, took birth. Translation. The great sage Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, thus the Brahmanas and the great sages again churned the two arms of King Vena's dead body. As a result, a male and female, mithunam, that word was a mithunam, so male, it means couple. Male and female couple came out of his arms. We'll go to one more verse since there is no purport in this verse. Can we go to the next verse? Then we can discuss. Tadrishtva mithunam, again mithunam, the male couple. Jatam. What were the names of the couple? Prithu and Archi. Archi was the goddess of fortune and Prithu Maharaj, Shaktiavesh avatar of Vishnu. Rishiyo Brahma Vadina Uchu Parama Santushta Viditva Bhagavat Kalam. We can go to translation. The great sages were highly learned in Vedic knowledge. When they saw the male and female born of the arms of Vena's body, they were very pleased, for they could understand that the couple was an expansion of plenary portion of Vishnu, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Someone can volunteer to read the purport.
The method adopted by the great sages and scholars who were learned in Vedic knowledge was perfect. They removed all the reactions of King Vena's sinful activities by seeing that King Vena first gave birth to Bahuka, described in the previous chapter. After King Vena's body was thus purified, a male and female came out of it, and the great sages could understand that this was an expansion of Lord Vishnu. This expansion, of course, was not Vishnu Tattva, but a specifically empowered expansion of Lord Vishnu known as Avesha.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Maji, we can go to Mangalacharan prayers, then we can start. We can sing together. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurue Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Putale Srimati Radhanath Swami Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Putale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesh Shunyamati Pashadesh Sarine Mukam Karti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhvam. Yeah, so I was thinking to discuss something from 4th canto. The exam that I have today, it's from chapter number 1 to chapter number 15. In these chapters, there are 3 main sections. The first 7 chapters talks about the Daksha and Lord Shiva. 8 to 12 chapters talk about Dhruv Maharaj pastime. And from 13 onwards, Veena and Prithu Maharaj, that is all discussed. I was thinking what to talk first, which topic to take. Dhruv Maharaj we discussed last time. And Daksha's pastime is it talks about envy. And I felt myself struggling with my envy, so what to talk about Daksha's envy. So then I thought appearance of Prithu Maharaj is very joyful. Lord's appearance is always very joyful. So thought to speak something from this chapter. This time of the year is very auspicious. Like how in July, August, September time, we have various personalities like Baldev, Srimati Radharani, Krishna's appearance day, Janmashtami. All that is coming. Similarly, this time, February, March, we see appearance of Advaita Acharya, Nityanand Prabhu, Nityanand Rai, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Around mid of March, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day. So, and it is said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Prema Purushottam. Lord Ramachandra is Maryada Purushottam, Krishna is Leela Purushottam, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Prem Purushottam. In 11th canto, 5th chapter, verse number 33, there is a very nice verse. Deyam sada paribhava abhikshtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam prityartiham pranata pal bhavabdipotam vande maha purushate charanaravindam. Once you can go to that verse. 11:5:33. It talks about what are the 9 effects or 9 reasons or 9 advantages of surrendering unto the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came 500 years back. He is nothing but he is Krishna himself, who came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful than Krishna. Why? Let's say a king, there is a small hut, in a village there is a small hut, and a king comes to that hut. The king sees the people staying in that hut and feels very sympathetic and says that you take some money and have your a better lifestyle. But what if a king comes and says that I will stay in your hut, I want to experience what it is to stay in such a small place, I want to experience that. He stays, and instead of being sympathetic, now he's empathetic. And he's saying, you please take, you come and stay with me in my kingdom. What a tough life you are living. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna comes and delivers. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming as a form of devotee. He's coming and staying like in a hut and saying that I want to experience that. And then he feels, my God, this material world is very crazy. And devotees are trying hard to come out of this material world. Tatteno kampam susumikshamano bunjana evatma kritam vibhakam ridvak papurvir vidudam namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaya bhak. It says tatteno kampam. A devotee of the Lord is patiently waiting for the mercy of the Lord while struggling, while experiencing all the reactions of his past misdeeds by staying in this material world. Such a devotee is eligible for liberation. Why? Because it has become his rightful claim. This is a verse I am supposed to remember for this exam. But the point is, the devotee of the Lord is patiently waiting for the mercy of the Lord. Right? And that mercy, Kripa Avatar, is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because he is coming in the form of devotee of the Lord. Devotee of the Lord. So there are 9 effects that happens when one takes, or 9 reasons which are there if one takes shelter unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. So we'll see that quickly. Dhyayam Sada. Dhyayam Sada means he is the eternal object of meditation. In our life, we have different meditation during the different times of the year or life. When we are a kid, our meditation is how can we play? Continuously thinking, what are different ways I can play? When we start our youth, continuously our meditation would be either on our work or on earning money. While I was chanting also today in the morning, suddenly I was thinking, I have some code that I have to write. I was thinking how to write that code. So different time of our life, we have different meditation, right? But what is eternal? The job that we are doing is not eternal. Playing might not be eternal, right? But Srimad Bhagavatam is saying that Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, can be our eternal object of meditation. Eternal object of meditation. We can meditate on him eternally. Dhyayam Sada. Sada means eternal. Dhyayam means dhyana. We are focusing on Krishna. Because our mind is very chanchal. It takes us, yes, here and there. But if we are offering our obeisances to Krishna's lotus feet, then he can become our object of meditation. Paribhavagnam. Paribhavagnam means insults that we are going through, humiliations that we are going through in this material world, that gets destroyed when we take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. The biggest humiliation that we have in this material world is having this material body. Imagine you are wearing a very nice suit, everything, nice clothes, and on top of that, you are wearing a very shabby jacket. It's look very awkward. Someone will say that, man, such a nice dress on that, you are wearing a shabby jacket. So Acharyas explain the body, that material body that we are having on top of spiritual spark, spirit soul, is like that. Is the biggest humiliation one can have. And even that can be destroyed. Why? Because we can be delivered from this material world. Paribhavagnam abhishtadoham. Abhishtadoham means the highest desire one can have. That gets fulfilled if we take shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Dhruva Maharaj had the highest desire of getting a kingdom greater than his great-grandfather, Brahma. And then, when he took shelter of Krishna, he realized that Kachan Vichinvam Apidevyaratnam, that I was looking for a broken piece of glass, but what I got is immortal diamond. That is the highest desire. Highest desire is to become Krishna's servant. And that Krishna and his devotees can fulfill. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can fulfill because he's an ocean of compassion. Abhishtadoham. Tirthaspadam. He is the shelter of all the holy places. We have so many holy places. Mother Ganga, there is a very nice verse, pastime about Mother Ganga. So in 10th chapter, verse number 31, it is said that Shotasam Asmi Janavi, that among all the rivers, Mother Ganga is the highest, is the topmost. Krishna is saying about his opulences. So that is one of the holy place. And it's a very interesting pastime. When Mother Ganga was asked to appear in this material world by Bhagirath Muni. So Mother Ganga said that if I come, so there will be two things that can happen. With my force, it will come from the heavenly planets. With the force, it can pierce the entire material world, the earth, planet earth, and it will go to Patal Lok, Sutal Lok. There is one problem with the force of the Ganges. And second thing, Mother Ganga had concern was, if I come on this material world, then when people start taking bath, then Ganga will become not purified. No longer she will be pure. So, by the mercy of the Lord, whoever takes bath, the Vaishnavas, when they take bath in Mother Ganga, then they purify Mother Ganga. That is the potency of devotees of the Lord. Tirthaspadam, because they are the shelter of, they have taken shelter of Krishna. The holy places have taken shelter of Krishna and his devotees. Bhadvida Bhagavatas, Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho, Tirthi Bhutani Tirthani, Swantas Tena Gatabrita. Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling to Vidura that you are places of pilgrimage. Wherever devotee travels, that becomes a place of pilgrimage. Tirthas Padam. So, holy places have taken shelter unto the Lord's lotus feet. So, we have discussed till now 4. Dhyayam Sada, which is, He is the object of meditation. Paribhavagnam, He is the destroyer of the insults or humiliation. Third, Abhishtadoham, He is the deliverer of the highest desire. And fourth is Tirthaspadam, He is the shelter of the holy places and of the devotees. Fifth, Shiva Virinchi Nutam, He is honored by Lord Shiva and Brahma. Brahma is the highest, is the topmost living entity in this material world. And Shiva is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, Nimnaganam Yatha Ganga, Devanam Acyuto Yatha, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, Purananam Idam Tatha. That Lord Shiva is among topmost Vaishnav. And these two personalities will honor a devotee who has taken shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Brahmaji comes in Chaitanya Leela as Haridas Thakur. And Lord Shiva comes in this Chaitanya Leela as Advaita Acharya. 3 days back, Wednesday, we had Advaita Acharya's appearance day. Tomorrow we have Nityanand Triyodashi, Nityan Prabhu's appearance day. Today we have Varadvadashi or Ekadashi as well. It's a very auspicious week. So Shiva Virinchi Nutam, that even personalities like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma will honor a personality who has taken shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Sharanyam, he is worthy. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is worthy of surrender, of whom someone we can surrender. In this life, people are busy surrendering to heroes, Bollywood, Hollywood, cricketers. But that's temporary, right? Someone will, for them, the Bollywood heroes or Hollywood heroes, they will be their hero. But then they realize that after some overdosage of drugs, they are no longer there, right? And then they realize what kind of personality we were taking surrender of. But here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme personality of Godhead. So he's saying he is the personality whom we should surrender to. He is the object of surrender. He is worthy of that surrender, Sharanyam. And Vrityartiham. Vritya means servant. Vritya, Vritya, Vricharaka, Vritya, Vritya. There is a verse like that in the Shastras, Vritya. Vritya means servant. Arti, Arti means distress. A person who has taken shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead, if he is going through distress, then that distress will be destroyed. Hum will be destroyed if they have taken shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vrityartiham. We see in Bhagavad Gita also there are 4 people who take shelter of Krishna. Artho, Jikyasu, Artharti, Jnani, Cha, Bharatarshava. One of them is distress. Arti. So Vrityartiham means destroyer of all the distress. And then Pranatapal, he is the highest protector. He is the highest protector. Pranata Pal. Prana means again servant. Pala means one who maintains. Pal means one who maintains. So he is the highest maintainer. And Bhavabdi Potam. Bhavabdi Potam means one who can take us over this ocean of nations, material world. Bhavabdi Potam. Vande Mahapurushate Charnara Vindam. Now we can go to translation. My dear Lord, someone can volunteer to read the translation. Who wants to read?
My dear Lord, you are the Mahapurusha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I worship your lotus feet, which are the only eternal object of meditation. Those feet destroy the embarrassing conditions of material life and freely award the greatest desire of the
You are
soul.
understanding, right? Eternal object of meditation, Dhyayam Sada. Embarrassing conditions of material world, Paribhavagnam. And then greatest desire, Abhishtadoham. Go ahead, Mataji.
The attainment of pure love of Godhead. My dear Lord, your lotus feet are the shelter of all holy places and of all saintly authorities.
What is this? Tirthaspadam. Tirthaspadam.
Your lotus feet are the shelter of all holy places and of all saintly authorities in the line of devotional service. and are honored by powerful demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. My Lord, you are so kind that you willingly protect all those who simply bow down to you with respect, and thus you mercifully relieve all the distress of your servants. In conclusion, my Lord, your lotus feet are actually the suitable boat for crossing over the ocean of birth and death, and therefore even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva seek shelter at your lotus feet.
Shiva Virinchi Nutam. Right? Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma also take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they will honor such a personality. Right? So there is a similar verse by Dhruv Maharaj. He says, Bhakti muhu pravatam tvaime prasango bhuyad anantam tam amalashaya. There also he says that, please, he's requesting to Lord Vishnu that bless me so that I can take shelter of the association of devotees, by which, because if one has taken shelter of association of devotees, then what will happen is one can cross over the ocean of nations. Bhuyad anantamatam amalashaya. So we see here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so compassionate, and more than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Nityanand Prabhu. Nityanand Prabhu is Baldev himself, who during Krishna Lila broke the teeth of Dantavakra. Roma Arjuna Suta didn't stand up to offer respects to Baldev, and he killed him. This is Balram. And he came in Gaur Lila as Nityanand Prabhu, Nityanand Ram. And when Jagai Madai hit Nityanand Ram, Gaurang Mahaprabhu got angry. But Nityanand Prabhu said that, leave them, just tell them to chant Hare Krishna. So that is Gaur Lila. All the personalities are ocean of compassion. All the personalities are ocean of compassion. And that's what we see in the first words of today's section that we were reading. Prithu Maharaj. The sages, it's not like the sages didn't have anything to do. They could have easily gone to their whatever hut or whatever place they had, and they could have meditated on Lord Vishnu and Krishna. But they did something for the benefit of the entire world. They thought that they need to do something so that this material world can be delivered, because King Veena was a very impious personality. So, just to give a background, after the Dhruv Maharaj pastime, there is a pastime of King Anga. King Anga was a very great Vaishnav, because he comes in the line of Swayambhava Manu and Dhruv Maharaj. But Anga married Sunita, and Sunita was daughter of death personified, or a demon. So because of that, the son who came was King Veena. And King Veena was a demonic personality. He was only creating chaos. During childhood, what we do, we play with other kids. He used to kill other kids. So that was the level of nuisance that King Veena was creating. So the sages realized, if this personality is there ruling the kingdom, then all the people in this material world will be disturbed. So they decided to kill him. Now after he's killed, someone has to take care of the kingdom. So they churned the thighs of King Veena. During those times, they had the power of mantras. Through that they can do it. And Bahuka came. And after Bahuka was himself a demon. After Bahuka came, what they did is, they churned the arms of King Veena. And from there, Prithu Maharaj and Archi, Prithu and Archi, they appeared. And we see that, and why they did, because they knew that from King Veena's dynasty, because he's a part of a Vaishnav's family, King Anga, something good will only come from it. And before Prithu Maharaj came, Bahuka came. Our life is also like that, devotional life. Before Nishtha comes is Anartha Nivriti, destroyer of Anarthas. Before Amrit came, Halal came. So similarly, before Prithu Maharaj came, Bahuka came. Right? So before something new, good has to happen, there is some churning to remove the bad things that is there. That's why we Srila Prabhupada said that one should chant the holiness of the Lord, because whatever anarthas we have in our heart, that will get destroyed, and then we can come to the stage of nishtha, prema, asakti, and bhakti. So before Prithu Maharaj, Bahuka came. And we see this, the mood of compassion in the sages. Also what we see is Veena was such a demonic personality, but still from him, Krishna appeared. So we see that Krishna can come from any unconventional source as well. It's not like he has to come from this place only. Today is Varaha Dwadashi, right? And from where did Varaha came? From the nostrils. Not a very good place. Right? He came from the nostrils of Brahmaji. Then, we see that how Krishna doesn't have to come from some particular place only. He can come from any place. And as soon as he comes from that, he purifies that place completely. In the story of Putana, we see that, right? Putana was a demon. But once Krishna's lips touched the breast of Putana, and once he killed Putana, then all the Vrajvasis were saying, Kimuta, from where this aroma is coming? Imagine, demoniac. Right? Smell should come, but fragrance was coming. Right? Fragrance was coming. There is a very nice purport verse. It is 3:2:20. Let's see, can we go? 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, verse number 20. Yeah. Tatheva chanye naralokaveera ya ahave Krishna mukharvindam netre pibanto nainabhiramam parthastra putam padam apurasya. In the battlefield, Arjuna was killing left, right and center. But from the Kaurava side, whoever was taking darshan of Krishna, just by taking darshan of Krishna, they were getting delivered. Right? We can go to translation. Someone can read.
Certainly others who were fighters on the battlefield of Kurukshetra were purified by the onslaught of Arjuna's arrows. And while seeing the lotus-like face of Krishna, so pleasing to the eyes, they achieved the abode of the Lord.
Right? Just seeing. Similarly, when Krishna was entering the Dwarka in 11th chapter of 1st canto, when Krishna touched his lips to the conch shell turned pink or red for that matter. So we see that Krishna's touch is so potent, because wherever Krishna comes, that place becomes purified. So similarly, King Veena's body also became purified because Prithu Maharaj came from that body. And we see again, the sages are so merciful that to deliver other entities, they took the hardship. And Advaita Acharya, 3 days back, Wednesday, his appearance day was there, and he was also ocean of compassion. When he saw people were getting into karma kanda and everything, he decided that he should worship Krishna and request Krishna to appear in this material world. There is a very sweet section in Chaitanya Bhagavat which discusses about how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this material world because of Advaita Acharya's request. Shei Navadvipe Veshe Vaishnavagraganya Advaita Acharya Nama Sarvalokadhanya. It says that Shei Navadvipa Veshe, that in Navadvip there is a place called Navadvip where there is a very great Vaishnav. Who is that great Vaishnav? Advaita Acharya. His name is Advaita Acharya Nama Sarvalokadhanya. All the people in this material will get delivered if Advaita Acharya is there. Jnana Bhakti Vairagyara Guru Mukhyatara. Krishna Bhakti Vakhanite says that Jnana Bhakti, that this personality is going to spread the devotion service unto Krishna, which is filled with knowledge and vairagya. And he is the respected teacher, the topmost teacher, Guru Mukhyatara. Right? And Krishna Bhakti Vakhanite, that he is going to spread Krishna Bhakti everywhere. Tribhuvana Ache Ye Shastrira Prachar, that this personality is going to take the essence of all the scriptures in all these three material worlds. Tribhuvana Ache Ye Shastrira Prachar. And then Sarvatra Vakhane, Krishna Pada Bhakti Sar. He is going to, what is the essence that he is going to spread? Is taking the shelter of Lord's lotus feet and serving the Lord's lotus feet. Pada Seva. Krishna Bhakti Pada Seva. And who is saying this? He is the Advaita Acharya, who is the combined incarnation of Lord Shiva and Mahavishnu. In the previous verse of the Chaitanya Bhagavat, it says that Vakhanite Yehena Shankara. It says that this Krishna Bhakti that he is going to spread is just like Shankara. Right? And Shankara himself, Lord Shiva, did that. For the benefit of the entire world, he took some troubles. It is mentioned in 8th canto, 7th chapter, 44. 8, 7, 44. Tappente loka tapena, sadhavo prayaso jana, parmaradhanam tatti, purushasya khilatmanaha. We can go to the translation. Here is an explanation. Sorry, but it is said. Someone can volunteer. It is said. What is said?
It is said that great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present in everyone's heart.
The highest we can do something is take some suffering and deliver others. If you think about it, anything we do in this material world has some sacrifice. When you are working in the office, we are sacrificing our time and energy. When we are taking care of child, also we are doing some sacrifice. Anything. Even when we are watching TV, we are sacrificing our time. Anything we do in this material life, we are sacrificing something. So Srimad Bhagavatam is saying that when we do the same sacrifice but to deliver others. And we see that in the life of Srila Prabhupada. He was in the epicenter of spiritual life, of spiritual world, which is Vrindavan. From there, he moved to the epicenter of material world, New York City. He ate the Bhauri. Why? Just to deliver the people in general. Right? In fact, devotees from ISV, Monday to Friday is so hectic. Office. Sunday we are preparing for the next week. Saturday is the only day where we can give some time to ourselves. But there we see devotees going out and trying to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, not just in Bay Area, to other places as well. Why? Because they take the voluntary suffering that pleases Krishna. That this guy is taking all the suffering just to deliver people in general. Lord Shiva also did the same thing. He took the halal. He could have said, why should I take? If that one drop goes inside, then. But he was holding in his kantha, in his throat. Correct? And it's sometimes painful. I can experience. But he was holding that halal in his kantha. Why? Just to protect all of the living entities. Right? And Advaita Acharya also did the same thing. So, Jnana Bhakti, Vairagyera, and then Krishna Bhakti, Sak Vakhanite, Yehena Shankara. Like Shankar, Lord Shiva, he was also doing the same thing. He was trying to deliver this entire world. Right? And the beauty about Advaita Acharya is he's a combination of Lord Shiva and Mahavishnu. Who prays to Mahavishnu? Vaishnavas. And Lord Shiva, Shaivites. And Srila Prabhupada says in in one of the purport that there is a constant eternal conflict between Shaivites and Vaishnavas. Who is great? And here, Advaita Acharya, who is a combined incarnation of Shiva and Mahavishnu, is saying, who is great? That is Lord Krishna. Right? That is Lord Krishna. We can read the purport. Someone can read the purport. It's a nice purport. It explains why we are doing what we are doing in ISKCON. Once, just before reading the purport, when we just started our Bhakti Vriksha, there was a new couple who had come. And they were asking, why you guys take so much trouble? Cooking, then, entire Thursday goes in preparing and everything. Then I said, devotees should be compassionate. So I was also new that time when I was mentioning that even I didn't have the conviction. And the person who was hearing, he also didn't understand what it means. And then it was 31st of December. Kishori was not there, so we were thinking that time. So what to do, and we thought we will watch this Hare Krishna movie with an entire Bhakti Vriksha. And then when we were watching the entire movie, then we asked for reflections. Then that same devotee told that now I understood why people in ISKCON are going out of the way. It's coming from parampara. Srila Prabhupada himself took so much effort. So that's why in that line, devotees are also taking so much effort. He was able to appreciate what ISKCON is doing. And now we see in Kumbh Mela also devotees serving prasadam. Right? So devotees take suffering just for the benefit of the entire world. Someone can read the purport who wants to. Maybe you can read. It's a long purport, but it explains the importance of spreading Krishna consciousness. Krishna becomes very pleased.
Here is an explanation of how those engaged in activities for the welfare of others are very quickly recognized by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Ya idam paranam guyam madbhaksha devasva
Bhakteshwa
abhidasyati na cha tasman murasayena
Manushyeshu kaschin me priya
kasmin me priya Kriyatama.
Yes.
Kriyatama. One who preaches the message of Bhagavad Gita to my devotees is most dear to me. No one can excel in satisfying me by worship. There are different kinds of welfare activities in this material world, but the supreme welfare activity is spreading the Krishna consciousness. Other welfare activities cannot be effective, for the laws of nature and the results of karma cannot be checked.
Right, it is important. See, why Srila Prabhupada is saying that? Because in today's world, people think if we give a house, we give this, we give, or house is I think too much, but depends. Bay Area, things are very costly. But if we give food, clothing, that can help person, but that is temporary. Right? But if we give Krishna, that is eternal. Bhari bhavagnam. One can be delivered from this material world. Go ahead.
It is by destiny or the laws of karma that one must suffer or enjoy. For instance, if one is given a court order, he must accept it, whether it brings suffering or profit. Similarly, everyone is under obligations to karma and its reactions. No one can change this. Therefore, the Shastra says,
Tasyeva heto preteta kovido na labhyate yad pramatam uparyada.
one should endeavor for that which is never obtained by wandering up and down the universe as a result of the reactions of karma. What is that? One should endeavor to become Krishna conscious. If one tries to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, he should be understood to be performing the best welfare activity. The Lord is the Lord is automatically very pleased with him. If the Lord is pleased with him, what is left for him to achieve? If one has been recognized by the Lord, even if he does not ask the Lord for anything, the Lord who is within everyone supplies him whatever he needs. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Again, as stated here,
Tapyate loka tapena
taptate loka tapena sadvatam
prayasho.
sadaprayasho.
There's a very important line here. Tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. This is a LIC tagline. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. Basically, whatever is lacking, Krishna fulfills. LIC says they can fulfill, but not eternally. So, this is a very nice pastime from Sri Ramanujacharya's dynasty or disciplic succession. There was a sage. He was reading Bhagavad Gita and he was a Brahmana, Madhukari. He used to do Madhukari. Madhu means bee. How bee goes flower to get some honey. So Brahmanas also go house to house to get some palms of rice or something. So that's why it's called Madhukari. They go place to place. So once Brahmana, he didn't get anything for the entire day. So when he read these words, Yoga Kshama Mahamyam, he thought that Krishna is saying he protects, but not sure. So he cancelled that line, Yoga Kshama Mahamyam. So then when he left for taking bath, and that time 2 young boys, one in blackish form and one in white complexion, Krishna Balram, they came to the house with lot of food, and they knocked the door, and the wife of that Brahmana, she opened the door, and they said that we have come here to give something, grains and all. So she said, come inside. She said, no, your husband is very strict. He was hitting us an hour ago. She said, what hitting us? Then they showed their back because he had scratched. So there were some marks on the back. So then the wife got very angry, and the kids left. Krishna Balram, they were actually. And then when the husband came, so the wife said that 2 young boys came and they gave some grains and fruits and vegetables. And they said that you got very angry to the husband. And then husband immediately realized that it was Krishna Balram. They went to the room. He went to the room, and there he saw that this verse was no longer in a scratched form. It was like as it is before. So the point is, Krishna always protects. Krishna protected Dhruv Maharaj. Krishna protected Draupadi. Krishna always protects his devotees. So go ahead.
The best welfare activity is raising people in the platform of Krishna consciousness, since the conditioned souls are suffering only for want of Krishna consciousness. The Lord himself also comes to mitigate the suffering of humanity.
This is a famous verse, Yada Yada Dharmasya.
Yada Yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhyudanam adharmasya
Tadatmanam
tadatmanam srijamyaham.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkatam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yogi yogi. Mahabharat, B.R. Chopra.
Yeah.
Right, so go ahead, Mataji. Someone can read.
Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. All the Shastras conclude that spreading the Krishna consciousness movement is the best welfare activity in the world, because of the ultimate benefit this bestows upon people in general. The Lord very quickly recognizes such service performed by a devotee.
Performed by a devotee. So Krishna becomes very pleased when one takes hardship for the benefit of the entire world. We saw that in Lord Shiva, we saw that in Advaita Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So, yeah, Tribhuvane Achiyai Shastra Prachar. So, Advaita Acharya was spreading the love of God to the entire world. And then Advaita Acharya was thinking how to worship, but what is the process of worshipping? So he learned that from Gautama Tantra Upanishad. Maji, we can go to Prabhu, we can go to Adi Lila, 3rd chapter, verse number 104. 104. 3rd chapter, 104. Tulasi dala matrena jalasya chilukena va vikrinite swamatmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsala. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, the verse is Tulasi Manjari Saha Ganga Jale Niravadi Sevete Krishna Mahakautuale. Enthusiastically, Advaita Acharya was serving Krishna with 2 things: Tulasi Manjari and Ganga Jale. Ganga Jal. So, and from where he got this idea? From Gautamiya Tantriya, from this verse. Tulasi Dala Matrena. We can go to the translation. Sri Krishna, who is very affectionate towards his devotees, sells himself. He sells himself to a devotee who offers him Mele Tulsi leaf, palmful of water. Vikrinite. There is a verse. Vikre tukama kilagopa kanya. So there it says that the gopis are going place to place to actually sell dahi, curd. But they are so much in love of Krishna that instead of saying, buy curd, doodh le lo, dahi le lo, they are saying, take Krishna, take Balram. So like that. Vikretu kama kilagopa kanya, murari padar pita chitta vritti. Then dadyadi kam, mohavashad avochad, govinda damo dharmadaviti. So Krishna sells himself to a devotee. Or devotee will sell Krishna. He is too much in meditating of Krishna. So Advaita Acharya was serving the Shaligram Shila, who was actually Narsimadev Shaligram Shila, by 2 things. One is leaf, which is tulsi, and another is water. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.26, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. There are 4 ways, 4 offering, simple offering that we can do to Krishna. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam and Toyam. And here Patram is taken care and Toyam, water. Can you think of a pastime where Patram, leaf is offered to Krishna? One is obviously this one, where Tulsi leaf is offered. Any other pastime that we can think of, where leaf is offered? Leaf is, or Tulsi. Govardhan, yes. So in Govardhan Leela, they were saying, Govardhan said that, give me something. And then all the Vrajvasis, they were offering food, one after another. But he was saying, Aniyor, give me more. Right? And they were thinking, how much to give more? So then finally, they placed Tulsi. And as soon as they placed Tulsi, Govardhan, who is Krishna himself, he got satisfied. So there we see that Tulsi was offered and he was satisfied. So what other pastime? Rukmini Devi, right? Rukmini Devi was thinking what to give to Krishna. So first they were giving jewelry, everything. But in that, what do you call it? Tula. One side was Krishna, other side was jewelries and all. And Krishna was still weighing higher than all the jewelries put together, right? But then Rukmini Devi just placed Tulsi. Then the things changed. What to talk about devotees? Any other, can you think of? Okay, what to talk about Krishna, even devotees? There's a verse, I'm forgetting the verse number. If someone can look up, Tasyaravinda nainasya padaravinda kinjalkamishya tulasi makaranda vayu antargata sovivarena chakaratesham sanshobhamaksharajusham chittatanvo. It's from third canto. Tasyaravinda, let me check. It's a nice verse. 3:15:43. 3:15:43. So Kumaras, they came to take darshan of Krishna. And who stopped them? Jai Vijay. They stopped the 4 Kumaras, and 4 Kumaras got angry. And they cursed Jai Vijay to become Kumkaran and everything. All 3 lifetimes. And then Lord Vishnu came running. And as soon as they smelled the aroma coming from the lotus feet, on which Tulsi was also there, when they took that aroma, Sanshobham, they got agitation. And from impersonalism, they became pure devotees of the Lord. Someone can read the translation. See, nowadays breeze carries all sorts of things. During those times it was aroma.
When the breeze carrying the aroma of tulsi leaves from the toes of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead entered the nostrils of those sages, they experienced a change both in body and in mind, even though they were attached to the impersonal Brahman understanding.
Yeah, so they were impersonalist, but their heart transformed just by smelling the tulsi on the lotus feet of the Lord. So we discussed leaf. Next is Patram Pushpam, flower. This is very famous. Gajendra offered flower. He was thinking, what can I offer? Elephant, right? What can I offer? He offered flower to Lord Vishnu. Patram Pushpam Phalam. Phalam is fruit. Can you think of pastime where a devotee has offered?
There was an old Mahila in I think or something, Vrindavan. She used to offer fruit to Lord, like Krishna every day.
Yes.
And she got delivered in the end.
Very nice, yes. Shabri. So she was offering kapita. The name of the fruit was kapita, which is supposed to be eaten by monkeys. But she didn't have anything. But she offered kapita fruit to Lord Ramachandra. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was telling one story regarding this offering of kapita fruit. So kapita is why Shabri was tasting and giving the fruit, because kapita is such a distinctive fruit that by seeing it you cannot say whether it's kacha or pakka. Basically it's raw or ripe. But otherwise you see a mangoes, banana or apple, you can understand. But kapita fruit you cannot understand. So that's why she was tasting to understand, and then she was offering. And then Ramchandra, what was he tasting? That he was feeling so sweet, that kapita fruit. So Maharaj was saying that he was tasting actually the saliva of Shabri. And the saliva of Shabri became so sweet because of continuously chanting the name of Lord Ram. Because continuously she was chanting the name of Lord Ram, that everything was sweet of her. And that's what Lord Ramachandra was actually tasting. Kapita fruit. So what else? Thank you, Mataji. Kapita. What else? Chipped rice, yeah. Not fruit, but chipped rice. Sudama. What else? Anything from Gaur Lila? Fruit seller, yes, fruit seller. Right? That's from Krishna Lila. The fruit seller, fruit vendor came and she wanted to offer some fruits. And in return, she got love of Godhead. Yes, thank you. Gita Priya. What else? Fruits. One pastime, it was a combination of fruit, not really fruit. Intention was fruit, action was leaf. Vidura's wife, she wanted to offer banana, but instead of offering banana, she was offering the peel of banana. action and intention. Krishna is amazing. Anything we give, whether it's action or intention, Krishna takes it, if it's with pure love. Okay, what else? Fruit. From Gaur Lila. Raghunath Goswami, okay, elaborate.
He had to feed all the Vaishnavas, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, but in a disguised form, and Nityananda Prabhu fed Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, again, Raghunath Goswami, thank you. I was thinking of Kolavicha Sridhar. He offered banana leaves and banana. And once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Kolavicha Sridhar, ask for something. Abhishta doham, I can give you anything you want, ask. And he said, life after life, please give me the benediction that I can keep selling you this banana. That was his highest desire. Devotees are very simple. My material world, we have become complicated. Right? But devotees are actually very simple. Bhishmadev, what did he ask from Krishna eternally? He said that I just want to see you as Parthsarthi, sitting on that chariot. Imagine. Devotees are very simple. But by coming into this material world, avarnitika shakti, we get completely complicated. We are suffering, but we still feel this is joy. This is joy. That is the potency of avarnitika shakti. That comes from Krishna. So patram, pushpam, phalam. Then finally is toyam. Toyam, one is obviously Advaita Acharya. What else? Toyam. What other pastime you can think of where devotee is offered water to Krishna? I was thinking of old lady doing Mahaprakash Lila. She was bringing water of pots of water, pots of water to bathe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And she was delivered again. Imagine, devotee is also simple, Krishna is also simple. Right? Krishna is just asking for patram, pushpam, phalam and toyam. Simple things. So here we see Advaita Acharya is offering Tulsi Manjari Sahite Ganga Jale. Tulsi and Ganga Jal. And Ganga, as we discussed earlier, is very auspicious. There is a very nice pastime about how Ganga came in this material world. Obviously, we discussed about Bhagirath, but before that also. So when Vaman Dev, Bali Maharaj, Vaman Dev asked for 3 things from Bali Maharaj. 3 steps. And in first step, Vaman Dev covered the entire world. And in the second step, he was trying to cover the upper planetary systems. And when he was trying to cover the upper planetary systems through his feet, he made a hole. In the Brahmanda, he made a hole. And from that Virija river, who was flowing outside of the Brahmanda, came inside. And the force was too much for earthly planets to handle. So Brahma took that water in his Kamandalu. Such strength Brahmaji has. So that's how Virija river entered the Brahmanda, the universe. But it was flowing in upper planetary systems, in heavenly planets. But then because of Bhagirath, from that heavenly planets, it came to the material world. And there, that also because of, again, Lord Shiva. Because the flow was so high, it would have pierced the earth itself. But Lord Shiva took it in his jata. And there's another pastime why the name of Ganga is Jahnavi. We saw that in verse Shotasam Asmi Jahnavi. Krishna says it's because of Janu Maharaj. Janu was a very great saint and he blocked Ganga for some reason. And then Ganga came out from his ears. And then that Janu became, the name of the Ganga became Jahnavi. Like that. So we say that how Advaita Acharya was offering Tulsi and then Ganga Jal. these two things. And then what he was doing? Hunkara Karaye. Hunkara. He was loudly chanting, Krishna, Krishna, to appear. Hunkara Karaye. Hunkara Karaye Krishna, Avishare Teje, Ye Dhwani, Brahmanda Bhete. So that the Hunkar, just by chanting the name of Krishna, that Hunkar broke open the Brahmanda also, and it entered the Vaikuntha. It entered the Vaikuntha. And Lord Krishna heard that, and then Lord Krishna immediately appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So like this we see that how Advaita Acharya is the ocean of compassion. 3 days back it was his appearance day. So when devotees come, they also come with his associates. So Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also comes with his associates. Advaita Acharya, Haridas Thakur, then Nityananda Ram, many other associates. So yes, we can read the purport of this verse. It's a nice purport of this Tulsi. Who wants to read?
It appears from this verse that the four Kumaras were impersonalists or protagonists of the philosophy of monism, becoming one with the Lord. But as soon as they saw the Lord's features, their minds changed. In other words, the impersonalist who feels transcendental pleasure in striving to become one with the Lord is defeated when he sees the beautiful transcendental features of the Lord. Because of the fragrance of his lotus feet carried by the air and mixed with the aroma of tulsi, their minds changed. Instead of becoming one with the Supreme Lord, they thought it wise to be devotees. Becoming a servitor of the lotus feet of the Lord is better than becoming one with the Lord.
Yeah. So here we see that in the purport Shri Prabhupada was mentioning is that people are busy trying to worship the Devatas or impersonalist, merging with the Lord. But the highest is to take shelter of Krishna. Right? Brahmaji says in 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he says, Yanya Ravindaksh Vimuktimanas Twasta Bhavat Avishuddha Buddhaya Aruya Krishnena Parampadam Tata Patantatritya Vishmadangre. It says that Brahmaji is saying, let me tell you, there are two kinds of people. One who has taken shelter of Krishna and one who has taken shelter of impersonalism or Devatas. And then Brahmaji says that people who have taken shelter of Devatas, their intelligence is very poor. And they are going through the cycle of birth and death. But one has taken shelter of Krishna completely, without any ulterior motive, then one can be delivered from this material world. It's in 10th canto, 2nd chapter. Prue, we can go to that verse. 10 to, I think 32. 32. Yeah, this is the one. Someone can go, we can go to the translation. This is another verse I have to remember. Okay, who wants to read the translation? Someone at the back wants to read.
Someone may say that, aside from devotees who always seek shelter at the Lord's lotus feet, there are those who are not devotees, but who have accepted different processes for attaining salvation. What happens to them? In answer to this question, Lord Brahma and other demigods said, O lotus-eyed Lord, although non-devotees who accept severe austerities and penances to achieve the highest position may think themselves liberated, their intelligence is impure. They fall down from their position of imagined superiority because they have no regard for your lotus feet.
Yeah. So Advaita Acharya, we see that how he invited Krishna in this material world, right? And we was discussing about Prithu Maharaj, that how he also appeared because of the sages, right? We can go to 4th canto, 15th chapter, the section that we started with. So sages churned the arms of King Veena, and from there Prithu Maharaj and Archi, the goddess of fortune, came. So we'll quickly read the second verse again, then we'll go to the third verse. The great sages were highly learned in Vedic knowledge. When they saw the male and female born of the arms of Veena's body, they were very pleased, for they could understand that couple was an expansion of plenary portion of Vishnu. Specifically, they were the ruling force of Vishnu, the supreme personality of Godhead. Then we go to the third verse. We can click on the third verse. We can read the verse itself. Rishya Uchu Esha Vishnu Bhagavata Kala Bhuvana Palini. Palini means, again we discussed Pala. Pala means maintainer. Right? So talks about maintainer. Kala Bhuvana Palini. Iyam cha Lakshmya Sambhuti Purushasya Napaini. Right? Someone can read the Annapaini. The word is there here. Someone can read the translation.
Translation. The great sages said the male is the planetary expansion of the power. The male is a planetary expansion of the power of the Lord Vishnu.
What is the name of the planetary expansion of Lord Vishnu? Prithu Maharaj, correct.
Who maintains the entire universe, and the female is a planetary expansion of the goddess of fortune.
And who is the female? Archi.
Who is never separated from the Lord. Purport.
Yes, please.
Purport.
Go ahead.
The significance of the goddess of fortunes never being separated from the Lord is clearly mentioned here. People in the material world are very fond of the goddess of fortune, and they wanted her favor in the form of richness.
Right? They want the favor, they want Lakshmi without Narayan. Shishupal wanted Rukmini without Krishna. Ravana wanted Sita without Lord Ram. There will only be frustration. Right? So, but if we are taking Lakshmi but in service of Krishna, then we'll become most fortunate.
They should know, however, the goddess of the fortune is inseparable from the Lord Vishnu.
Inseparable, Annapaini, inseparable.
Materialists should understand that the goddess of fortune should be worshipped along with the Lord Vishnu and should not be regarded separately. Materialists seeking the favor of the goddess of fortune must worship Lord Vishnu and the Lakshmi together to maintain the material opulence. If a materialist follow the policy of Ravana, who wanted to separate Sita from Lord Ramchandra, the process of separation will be vanquished him. Those who are very rich and have taken the favor of the goddess of fortune in this world must engage their money in the service of the Lord. In this way, they can continue their opulent position without disturbance.
Right? So this is what is mentioned, that we can request for Lakshmi, but we should try to use it for the service of the Lord. And that sacrifice, that's also sacrifice. Dhanna Shuddhi. We do homa in home, right? For Graha Shuddhi, for home to be purified. Similarly, Dhanna Shuddhi is done through doing some donation, like that. We can go to the next verse, Prabhu. Ayam tu prathamo rajyam puman pataitas yasha prithur nama. What was the name? Prithu. Maharajo bhavishyati Prithu Shava. And why his name was Prithu? Was because his name will be far and wide spread all over the world. So that's why his name was Prithu. Prithu means Shava. Prithu Shava means one whose name is fame is spread all over the world. Like that. Translation. Go ahead, Prabhu, you can read.
translation. Of the two, the male will be able to expand his reputation throughout the world. His name will be Prathu. Indeed, he will be the first among the king.
Right? So his name will be expanded in all over the world. So like this we see that Prithu Maharaj appeared, and we see in the future part of the section that how Prithu Maharaj, the people in general was struggling, and then he started doing Ashwamedha, and then there was a sort of a conflict with Indra, and then he took a lot of minerals and everything from Mother Earth for the benefit of the people in general. Again, taking some sacrifice for the people in general. So we will end here. We have 10 minutes. Now we can take some reflections if anyone wants to share. Reflection helps in remembering. So people can share something, whatever they heard, and then we can have Mataji can speak then. Whoever. Sorry again for the voice somehow.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I like the point. It actually made me thinking that that devotees take voluntary suffering for helping with the suffering of others. I don't know if you remember when you told me about how one couple asked you a question in Bhakti Vriksha. When I started coming, it's not a question, I actually shared that reflection with you. I don't understand, like, how can devotees go out on book distribution? It's so hard. And you said, I also don't understand. How can they do that?
In fact, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a section where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in tension. He's Krishna and he's in tension. So Haridas Thakur comes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says, what happened? Why are you so much stressed? He said, I don't know how to deliver these people from this material world. And Haridas Thakur said, don't worry, main hu na. Basically he said, I am there. Why? Because devotees take the hardships on behalf of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on behalf of Lord Krishna. Srila Prabhupada did the same thing. His Guru Parampara did the same thing, and his disciplic succession is doing the same thing. Right? We cannot understand why we are doing that, but if we just follow the previous acharyas, we will become fortunate. In life, we want to become fortunate. Right? So, thank you. And what is the best way, right? See, imagine how to dovetail. This Bay Area is full of passion in general, correct? Top companies comes out of it. That means it is passion. And how to dovetail the passion, a leader can only understand. And Vaishnav Prabhu is so nicely dovetailing all of us, that passion that we have. I mean, especially I can tell for myself, right? In book distribution, in Sankirtan, in Nama Yajna. So, yes. Thank you, Mataji. What else? We have 5 more minutes if anyone wants to share anything.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Just thinking back to the point that people want Lakshmi without Narayana. When I was in India, when I go into the jewelry shops, and usually in America they don't have so much, God consciousness is not so much prevalent, but in the jewelry shop in India, immediately when you enter, you see a big deity of Lakshmi Devi in the front. But then whenever I went in, I was also asking the same question, okay, you have Lakshmi, but where is Narayana? So
Narayan, yeah.
this is very, it's true, so true. So
Yes. Yeah, that is something to contemplate. Something to contemplate, that we are looking for Lakshmi without Narayan. We are looking for Sita without Ram. Ravana did that. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu, for reminding that. Yes, go ahead. Tatya Seva Prabhu.
The topic of today's Bhagavatam session, can you please, I joined a little late. Can you please summarize in 2 minutes or maybe 3 minutes?
I remember long back someone was giving a class and Prabhu asked us. I think you are very inspired by Chaitanya Prabhu. Chaitanya Prabhu, after entire class, he always summarizes the class. So, 5 minutes. Okay. Actually, that was the reason for reflection. That helps us to summarize the class. But in nutshell, we were discussing about appearance of Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj is a Shakti-avesh avatar of Krishna. And Shakti-avesh avatar means he's a Jiva, not a Vishnu Tattva. But he has been given the particular potency of Krishna to perform a particular service. In this case, it was ruling force. Basically, a potency to rule the kingdom. And in that, we discussed that how sages did hardships so that Prithu Maharaj can come from Veena. And from there, we were discussing about Advaita Acharya, how he is a compassionate, ocean of compassion. And we discussed from Chaitanya Bhagavat, various verses, that how by offering tulsi, by offering water, patram pushpam phalam toyam, all that, and by chanting the name of Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He invited Krishna to come in this material world as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then after that, we discussed about Nityananda Ram, how he also killed Jagai and Madai. He delivered Jagai and Madai. He was the same person who killed previously as Balram, Dantavakra, broke his tooth, and then killed Romarshan Sutta, like that. And then we discussed about, I'm also remembering, we discussed about Bahuka, that how before Prithu Maharaj came, Bahuka came, who was a demon. Not something auspicious. But before something great comes, there is always some impurities that has to go out first. Like how we discussed about two more things, which was halahal coming before Amrita, anartha nivritti happening before nishtha, asakti, prem, bhakti. So like that we gave various examples. Then we spoke about how Krishna, when he touches something, that thing becomes purified. And we spoke about Putana. Then also Aghasur. Aghasur was a so big snake. And later on, after Aghasur was killed, he was used as a playground for kids to play in Vrindavan. Again, purified. So like that we discussed the compassionate nature and the divine touch of Krishna and his associates. Narad Muni also. Just by seeing Narad Muni, Mrigari's heart got transformed. And he started chanting Hare Krishna. So that was the essence, I think so, of this session. Thank you, Dadya Seva Prabhu, for
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to speak something that I didn't cover in the essence of today's class? Go ahead. Take the mic, Mataji. We'll take two more. One Mataji took and one more, then we'll stop.
No, I was just going to say that you also spoke about Patram Pushpam Phalam Dvayam.
Yes.
And we brought some examples from different pastime, how it played a role.
Yeah. And that we discuss also how devotees are simple and Krishna is also simple. Right? Both are simple. But somehow when we come in this material world, we become very complicated. Very complicated. Yes. Thank you. Go ahead. It's simple but profound. Profound. Thank you. Yes. Okay. We'll stop here. Thank you very much for patiently listening. Thank you for tolerating my voice. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Grace Acyuta Chaitanya Prabhu ki, Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhu. With some throat irritation, you've been given a long class. I've been hearing all morning. Thank you for your bhakti and your mood. It's very contagious and very inspiring. Now we'll go on to the next part of the program, which is Kaishora Youth presentation. We are continuing the series on the Dhruva Maharaj story, and we had covered so far how Dhruva Maharaj, first he's insulted by his stepmother, Suruchi. He gets angry in a Kshatriya spirit. He wants revenge. But he goes to his mother. He's a 5-year-old boy, and his mother gives him 3 golden pieces of advice. And he follows one of them because he feels that's what he can do, and that is the most important one, which was to worship Lord Vishnu. So now we are going to see how he is further, realizing his ambition. Today's presentation will be given by Vedanto, and Vedanto has been here before, so I'd like to welcome you, Vedanto, to share your presentation.
Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Vedanta Bhomik, and today I'll be talking about chapter 4 in the book Dhruva by Gauranga Darshan Prabhu called Realizing Ambitions. This chapter starts off with Narad Muni showing Dhruva the way to fulfill his desires, even though he was just a child. Dhruva was a Kshatriya, making Narada Muni not so surprised of his intentions. And his determination to worship Lord Vishnu was so strong. But why would it be so strong? Because he also had a strong determination to get revenge. And that determination to worship Lord Vishnu made Narada Muni impressed. After testing Dhruva's determination, Narada Muni had accepted him as his disciple. After Narada Muni accepted Dhruva, he instructs him to go to the bank of river Yamuna. Why river Yamuna then? Well, Lord Krishna eternally resides at Yamuna, making anyone to go there a step closer to the Lord. So then Narada gives Dhruva a set of instructions to do daily. First, he had to bathe in the river Yamuna 3 times daily. Then he had to sit in a calm and peaceful posture and gradually think about the Lord in his mind. This type of meditation is called dhyan. Narada Muni then describes the form of Lord Vishnu to Dhruva. For example, how he has a Shrivastha mark on his chest, a deep blue skin color, and how he has 4 arms that hold the conch, the chakra, the lotus, and the club. Narada Muni then describes the form of Lord Vishnu. Whenever you meditate on the Lord's form, you gain immediate satisfaction to the eyes and your heart. The glory of the Lord's character. The Lord is always forgiving and is always compassionate, and when he's even more affectionate to his dear devotees. Whenever he smiles and glances, our hearts get nourished by his charm, and one who meditates on him will be freed and attain all their desires. Although Dhruva still had material desires in his heart and just thought of Lord Vishnu as someone who would just give him his intentions, Narada Muni still inspired him to be a great devotee of the Lord. The power of mantra meditation. Narada Muni gives Dhruva a special mantra to chant while meditating. This mantra goes, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Though our names may not support our characteristics, all the names of the Lord support his characteristics. And the Lord has an infinite possibility of names. By chanting any of the Lord's names, one can connect their hearts to him, develop love for him, and even call on his divine presence. Finally, Narada tells Dhruva to make a deity of Lord Vishnu out of clay and offer him tulsi leaves. He also tells Dhruva to meditate on the Lord's many pastimes and activities. And these were quite some hard tasks to be done every single day, Dhruva wasn't fazed at all and had already left to start his meditation. And Narada Muni is known to have a mission to inspire many fallen souls into great devotees of the Lord. For example, the hunter Mrigari, who was just killing animals randomly, and finally, when he saw Narada, he became a great devotee of the Lord. Thank you, and Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Vedantu. We can open the audience for questions or comments, reflections.
Hare Krishna, Vedanta. I really like your presentation, very clear and concise points, and your presentation is also very beautiful. I wanted to ask you, like, what is your favorite part in Dhruva's pastime?
My favorite part is when Dhruva meets Lord Vishnu, and he's so mesmerized. And then when Lord Vishnu says his desires are granted, because after he saw Lord Vishnu, he fully forgot about his desires. He was like, what? No, I don't want these anymore. So that was one of my favorite parts of his pastime.
Thank you.
Thank you. And any other questions or reflections? Okay, so there's an online question by
Not question, Mataji, just a reflection.
Yes, Prabhu.
I was one point struck me here in this presentation is that Narada Maharshi asked Dhruva to make a clay deity in this case. Generally we have either stone or bronze or some kind of a metal deity to worship Lord Narayana or Vishnu. But in this case, it is interesting to see Narada Maharshi advised Dhruva Maharaj to worship him in the form of a clay. So even a poor person can worship Lord Narayana or Vishnu or Krishna. Though there is no limitation to worship the Lord. Poverty is not a problem. Even poverty is not a problem to worship Lord Vishnu, Narayana or Krishna. I like that.
Thank you, Prabhu. That was a wonderful insight and reflection. Yeah, it's very heart-touching, the whole climax, I would say, of this story where Dhruva is so passionately meditating on the Lord because he has the desire to become even more greater than his great-grandfather Brahma. And when he actually is at that point where his desire is about to be fulfilled, he doesn't have that desire anymore. So that is the beauty of worshipping Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, Vishnu Tattvas. Not only do they fulfill the desires, but they fulfill it in such a way that you don't have that material side of that desire. You're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for Krishna after that. So yeah, it's a very touching part. Yes, Mataji.
In the present moment, there's no desire. Also, you clear the mind from the thoughts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to say something? Any other thoughts or comments?
I just wanted to share something. So when you were presenting Vedantu, I could feel that it's coming from heart. So it was like your pitch, your emotion, with the presentation was really very well aligned. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to congratulate you, Vedantu, for another fantastic presentation. Vedantu is a very good orator, and we can see that. He has a great future, and we pray that you can continue using your skill and your talent in the Lord's service always. Thank you, and another round of applause to him. Thank you. Now we'll move on to any announcements. Okay. So we'll just stop here. Before that, we'd like to acknowledge our Saturday morning Japa circle as well as Bhagavatam speaker, Acyuta Chaitanya Prabhu. Thank you so much to him and for leading us through this wonderful morning of Varaha Dwadashi as well as fasting for Ekadashi and in preparation for Nityanand Trayodasi. Also want to welcome anyone who would like to join for services. There's going to be a lot of services. The temple is going to be decorated in preparation for tomorrow morning's celebrations, which start with Mangal Aarti. And then in the afternoon, there's going to be program starting 3 p.m. Instead of the 3:30 p.m., it'll be 3 p.m., which we start with Lord Nityananda Prabhu's bhajans and kirtan by Her Grace Jahnavi Jeevan Mataji. And our evening class tomorrow by Govind Charan Prabhu on the glories of Lord Nityananda. There'll also be Abhishek and our monthly Sankirtan festival offering to the Lordships made tomorrow. So we welcome you to join us as you are able for today's services as well as for tomorrow's festivities. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. And want to request everyone to just put the mats away, so then we can just clean up the temple room. Thank you. Should I ask Anjapriya and come? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention that there is fast. So probably they're giving two go boxes today. That is fine.